Today's episode is sponsored by Trent Anthony Francis. What a guy. So we're starting to allow the money to calm down. We've stopped buying in stone, polished stone, that sort of stuff, just letting it accumulate on its own. We're also trying to sort out this wood situation. I've pushed a bunch over to here, although I don't want an excessive amount here because I'm trying to figure out, what the balance is required here. What's this? From your seat in the Great Hall, you can hear people singing and laughing outside. You ensured everyone had everything necessary for their contentment and success. Thanks to you, life is good. Look at the happiness. So I have built a second sawmill because this was getting full up, couldn't keep producing. We can sell planks as well. I'd like to try and reduce down how much wood we have in here. So we're going to take Peluso and we're going to put Peluso here in this sawmill. And just sort of see if we can swing this from all this wood that's lying around and see about getting it into planks. And then I have set planks to sell when they are over 200. So it'd be nice to be able to fit more than 200 in here. I could do the extension, couldn't I, of this? I could. We could maybe do something along these lines. Although we are spilling out now. And we may have to look at the area that we're chopping down and whatnot if I did this. Or we could use this one. We could just use that one. That might be better. That might be better. Yeah, okay. Surplus planks over here and maybe even some wood. We shouldn't need the common clothes. I'll worry about that if we do. So we'll overflow into that one, I think, and see if we can start turning the tide into more planks than wood. I don't want to go overkill though, so we're going to try just Peluso on his own for the moment, see how we get along. We also built this. I also built this monastic grain chair. To pick up the vegetables and additional cheese because all that was starting to fill up and didn't have anywhere to go, which was a problem. What is this now? Requesting manuscripts for tools. Ooh. Yes. Free tools. I'll take it. Send that off. Beautiful. We're also having a berry fair, which can only be good for us as well. So this is looking much more healthy. What we're interested in doing next is the remainder of this treasury here. That's what's next on the agenda. So for this, we're going to need 320 stone. We have that. 68 tools. We have a lot of tools. 140 polished stone, which we have, and we certainly have the planks as well. So I am now going to unpause this and allow them to crack on with that. Yeah. And then once that's built, it's time for the Abbatial Church. Which is a bit nuts, isn't it? It is a bit nuts. I'm very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. The treasury is now technically finished, and all that's left, I say all that's left, is the Abbatial Church, which is colossal, to say the least. What I am noticing, though, is that I haven't done any little flourishes on some of the roofs here, which I think could be nice. So let's add them, shall we? What I would like, guess what I would like? I would like a gargoyle. Yes. I would like a gargoyle there. I'd also quite like a gargoyle here. And these things, the modest ornament, I'd like to have one of those either side. One there, excellent. Over here, I would like a gargoyle there. Oh, I think that would just be nice and pucker. Here, on the emissary's roof, one of those. I think that would just cap it off nicely. Yes. How's this situation looking? Okay. And how's... Oh, what is this now? Coin surplus. Rumour has it you managed to gather a fortune akin to the dragons of yore. A tremendous pile of shiny gold coins. It may be hearsay, yet your folk take comfort knowing they won't lack riches for quite some time. No, we're all right. We are quite rich. So what's going on here then? I emptied those, but didn't, so they could put planks back in. Brilliant. Let's export those, and while doing so, refuse that stuff here. Otherwise, they'll just pop it here, won't they? They'll just pop them there. And then what have we got going on here? Okay, let's get a bunch of stone over to the Abbatial Church building site. Let's get that done. It's coming. It's about to happen. Okay, there go the planks. So we can clear that one. We just need to wait for the stone to go. Oh, there it goes. Who is it? Kira? Well on it. Is about to travel right across to the other village. It's quite a long walk. It's quite a long walk. Sorry about that, Kira. Sorry about that. But yeah, seems like it needs to be done. We do have a berry situation here, which is a little bit problematic. We do have some space over here that I suppose we could put surplus into. It's a bit out of the way, but I mean, it does exist. Okay, we have all of our beautiful gargoyles. It's time to look at the Abbatial Church. Now, as I say, this will complete before we actually complete the Abbatial Church, but that's okay. That's fine. What do we do here? I think we should probably look at this in sections because it's a bit nuts. I think we should possibly start with the doorway. Which is this one here. Abbatial Gate Major. We're going to unpause that and get that built, which should make building everything else around it much easier. So, Chloe the Champion bringing polished stone. Nick the Seer bringing polished stone. Everyone's bringing the polished stone for this doorway. 2 builders assigned. Fantastic. Oh, my goodness, it's happening. It's all a bit exciting. Totally out of supplies here again, though. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Yeah, let's empty that out. The polished stone situation is quite bad. Do you know what, though? We could once again import a bunch, couldn't we? So if we import to maintain... I don't know how much we could afford. But if we say 300, how much, actually, do we need for the Abbatial Church? It's probably like in the 1,000 mark, but 1,500. Thought it might be a lot. Thought it might be quite high. Yeah, let's stick with 300 for the moment so that we can just keep control of that situation. Oh, is this the tools arriving? I believe it is. Sarah Apple's sword gash is bringing 1 polished stone. Chloe the Champion here, building the doorway. Absolutely superb. Now, with the doorway going in, I think this huge tower here would be great. Let's find it on the list. I think it is Abbatial Chapel, that one, which would probably be getting close to build the Abbatial Church if that's not it on its own. We would need one of the bell towers to go in, and then it would be considered complete, and that's when the abbess would want to come and visit. Okay, good to know. We've got the stone. So we do need to get more polished stone for this. We have the planks, but I don't think they're local. No, so they're having to get them from far away. We've got the tools. Now we have the iron because we did buy in our massive spending spree. Look, we've got 100 iron sitting here. And for this, we will need 24. Now, on the other hand, the marble, we need 24 marble. We've got 12. So we need to order more marble. So we should do that. Import to maintain. I'm going to say 30. We're not going to go nuts with it because of the polished stone situation. Now, oh, what is this now? Hello. Kinstone Abbey faced trade challenges last season. The abbess aims to improve relations with your monastery and has negotiated better terms with local merchants. They are now ready to offer reduced prices on certain goods at specific times in exchange for increased trade volume. So what have we got here? So increased trade volume for the barrels for polished stone. Look at that. Increased trading volume with Kingstone on polished stone with a trade bonus of 50% when buying. Hello. We have to buy 2,500 worth. We have almost 3,000 in gold. So, yes, I'm happy to buy that amount of polished stone. Get it done. What we will do, though, is see about what's going on here. So planks. Now, for the moment, let's just refuse these. Let's get these planks to the other side. What have we got going in here? It is just really rough, isn't it? It is just really rough. Straight up really rough. We're going to leave that one alone. Going to leave that one alone. We are. Right, the planks are on their way to the church. Now, what have we got here? The king is planning new outposts around the borders. One of his merchants noticed your woodcutter camps and would like to make you an offer. Absolutely not. No. So we bought a bunch of polished stone. Isn't that grand? Pretty pleased about that. We're going to shove it, of course, into our church. Immediately drained it. So we've already spent 1,300 on goods with Kinstone Abbey. We need to keep that up. Indeed we do. Here's all that iron we have, which they've not yet put into the build. And then the marble we do have. I don't know. These guys are doing literally nothing. Why? They could be working on it too. Because we do need this door finished. Because they've not finished the door for some reason. Oh, are we actually building this door now? How grand. That would be really swell. I just saw somebody bring iron. Yes, the 24 iron has arrived. Oh, wonderful. I do feel like I want to deal with this situation. I do. But I'm not entirely sure how. Not entirely sure how. What if we built a warehouse here, like so? All right, we'll get a priority on that. And then what if we delete this and we mess around with this fence to encompass that warehouse? Something like that, maybe? I wonder. And then we could put these all into a single warehouse over here. And then it allows us to start clearing up this garden area so that we can start decorating it. Because I want to get cypress trees in and, you know, things and stuff. All right. Then we could do wood, planks, stone, polished stone. Right. And then we need somebody to work it. What we could do for the moment is take Reg here, pop him in here. Now, we can empty all that and empty all that, and hopefully it will come into here. We shall see. What is this? The bishop's steward demands a month of your monastery. The bishop commissioned him to judge if your vineyard is worthy of a seal of prestige. Such privilege would make your wine extremely valuable. Ooh, the bishop's steward will examine your vineyards and winemaking process, expecting the best the realm has to offer. So the hostess hosts the steward with a 95% approval. For that, we would get 25 clergy influence, and we would also get 500 gold. We could, we could common friends with enlightenment. Common friends could enlighten his judgment. A well-respected village of the clergy. You have common friends with the bishop that could let you skimp the examination. Wow. Which would give you the seal of prestige and a trade bonus of 50% when selling wine. Or the steward's wage is most likely that of a servant, which your coin could address in exchange for the seal, or we could just pay him 1,000 gold. Or we'll ask him to come back later. I would like to try and get the approval. I'd like to try and do this legit. Yeah. Why would... I'd like to know if I am actually genuinely worthy of such things. No? Would that not be great? Could be really cool. We will pop a couple of bits here, just to sort of work it in a little bit. So I would like the stuff to go there. Wait, right, the wood has disappeared. I'm hoping it's coming here. Where she's transporting it somewhere, and she's transporting it all the way back to here. Problematic. Okay. We're just going to put refuse on here for a moment and export the wood. See if we can get the wood to go back. Trade volume increased. Merchants from Kinstone Abbey are thankful for your business and fulfill their end of the deal as promised. Fantastic. Yes, let's host a berry fair. I'm up for that. Right then. So let's move Kira. And Sigourney. Let's destroy these. Okay, now we need to get Kira and Sigourney onto here. Let's move Reg back to here. There we go. Much better. Condensed. And we can start looking at this because I want this to be fairly open and green grass. That's going to go, right? It will eventually. I'd like this to be sort of mostly green. But it needs a bit of cypressing up and all the rest of it, does it not? Yeah. So we're going to come into our free build. Get rid of all that nonsense so we can actually see what we're doing. And find our cypress tree and then start the painful process of placing them. All the way around. This is going to be expensive. There's also that to bear in mind. This is a really good way of spending a lot of money fast. It's also a good way of getting a lot of prestige for clergy quickly. That being said, do you know, I might put that there. That being said, we have all the prestige we need. So this is not about prestige. This is about excessive beauty. It might be excessive. I might hate it. Let's have another look at this. What if we just did that? I think that calms it down a bit, doesn't it? It was a bit much. Yes. Okay. I like that. I think that's a good start. I'll give you too far. Build all that. Okay. And then we'll come in and do these ones separately, I guess. Free builds. Cypress. So I think yes. And yes. So I think that's probably all the cypress trees. That being said, will I want cypress trees? Maybe. Look, the door. We may want them here because look at this. It's a bit sort of extreme grey, isn't it? So we might do something like this to just knock it back. And do you know what? I might include that one there. And then come round, do the same on the other side. And here. They will remove that tree. This will help. Like that. That will help just knock it back a bit. Okay. Good. I've got the tax office person here. Dane, that's right. Now I need to have a think about what I want to do here. I do like the idea, though, of having, like, you know, something. Because it's quite a nice tree, that, I think. So it might be that we do something with this. It could be that we put benches around. We're going to need lighting. I would say some lighting could be good. Maybe some statues. Oh, what have we got in the way of fountains and things? Maybe we don't have this. Maybe we do look at fountains. Like, you know, like a really cool fountain. Yeah, so I've got my cypress trees. I am going to have to think about it a little bit more. I know that I don't want to put too much in here. I am very much keen for it to be clear grass for the most part. But I feel like it might need some lighting. Maybe the odd statue or monument, like a monk statue or a fountain or something. I'm not sure. Some sort of gentle seating somewhere. Does the Abbatial Church already have a priest? Wow. Ooh, delighted visitors. Some of the visitors had a great time and cheered up your villagers. Oh, that's great. Is this the berry fair that we're talking about? Is that what we're talking about? Excellent, excellent. Oh yeah, how's this steward business going? Hello. Who's this? Close fist. Although experienced, brave soldiers are still a long way from becoming knights. Okay. So this hosting the steward group. They need water, rustic food, refined food, hospitarian lodging, service, goods. That's where the candles come in. They brought candles, everybody. And luxuries. Herbs. We do have gems kicking around. Has anybody actually bought... No. I really don't want the gems on here anymore. People have bought the gems. We're down to 5. We had 7. We've now got 5. It's so strange. It's so strange. I wish I could ask them to empty what's on a stall, but you can't. Pretty rubbish. The wandering monks returned and are still seeking supplies. They promised to spread the word about your generosity should you accept to donate goods for the road ahead. So we could supply the wandering monks. This would help us gain influence among the clergy. We don't need influence among the clergy, but we could afford this. And we could get 200 doubloons out of it too, which is not terrible. So host a show with 95% approval. It is currently at 100 for us. We're going great guns with this. Oh, look at the Abbatial Church. Holy smokes, it's happening. Now, what are we missing here for the Abbatial Church, this main part of it? Nothing. We're missing one bit of polished stone. We do have it in the coffers, so they just need to bring it here. So it's a matter of building it rather than resources now, which is pretty exciting, isn't it? Then where's... we've completed the door, haven't we? I don't know why I'm looking it up. Now, to complete the monastery, it was also a bell tower, wasn't it? It was also the bell tower, which I think is this one that it's trying to focus on here. It's going to be hard to see because it's all in the trees. This one? I think it's that one. So this would require 80 stone, which is fine. 196 polish, just about. The planks are fine. The tools are good. The iron. We would need 39 iron. Yep, we have 70 odd. And then the marble. Now, we're currently keeping that at 30. And it requires 39. And we have 30. So it'd only be 9 short, but we would buy another 30. So we could get the bell tower going. We will keep this, though. But we will prioritise the Abbatial Church. I want them to sort of finish that, you know. I do. And we are supposed to be getting another stained glass on here as well, but that's a huge problem. Oh, hello. Requesting manuscripts for polished stone. Oh my goodness, the bishop seeks manuscripts of the faith, confident in your monastery's capability. His stewards has polished stones already prepared. Oh my goodness, yes. So we get 80 polished stone for 40 of our currently 200 manuscripts. Yes,